It is Thursday, May 12th in the NBA, and I'm back with my two best picks of the day. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We have two games on the slate. We got Game 6 of the Heat versus Sixers series and Game 6 of the Suns versus Mavs series. That we see the Heat and the Suns try to close out the series on the road. Now, a quick recap from yesterday. A one-on-one day, just drink a little bit of juice. Drew Holiday gets it done with his over 20.5 points. I think he scored, what, 25, something like that? I don't know. He was clamping up the Celtics in the final couple minutes, blocking them, stealing them, putting the game away. Shout out to Drew Holiday's catch twice for the Calling Our Shot community. Now, the Warriors team total over, yeah, no chance. They end with 95 points. They were down, 56 to 100 at one point. The Grizzlies should have just taken their team total. I think that's what I meant. Either way, we'll get back after it. Again, I forgot to recap Tuesday's best bets since we were obviously moving. As you can see, we're in the new place. Was a 2-1 profitable day. Danny Green, James Harden, get it done. CP3, get lost, buddy. Now, obviously, we're in the new house. We appreciate all the comments that you guys sent yesterday in the video. Sorry if I didn't get back to all of them, but we appreciate you guys. It might be a little bit echoey. We're going to try to work on it. Obviously, it's a new house. We don't have a lot of furniture. It's pretty blank. So I want you guys to let me know what you guys want me to do in the background. This is our channel, our community, whatever you guys want to see. I'll try to kind of put your thoughts to action, if you will. So either way, let me know. Drop your comments down below what you guys want me to do with the background. Now, my two final notes. Number one, a podcast went live yesterday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It was yesterday. Definitely go check it out. You won't miss it. We've been doing our special guest on each podcast, and this week we had Guy Boston Sports. He's closing on 10,000 subscribers. It was an awesome guest. We did talk about that Celtics Bucks series. I wonder how he's feeling about it right about this time. If you want to check it out, it was posted yesterday. I'll put the link in the bottom of in the description, or it will be linked at the end of the video. Definitely go check that out. Number two, our weekly live stream. Normally it's Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Obviously we were moving yesterday, so it will be tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you come out. It will be on YouTube. Definitely come out, show out. We'll be live on here to answer any of your questions about both these two Game 6 matchups. Number three, shout out to all our COS All-Stars. Look, can't do it without all the All-Stars. We've been helping you make some money. Hopefully, we have. So if you want to hit that join button on the channel or the link in the description, the join button works a lot easier than it costs $2.99 a month. We really would appreciate our newest All-Stars. We got Harsha and we got Marcus. You guys are the real MVPs. Thank you both for becoming All-Stars. But let's hop into today's slate of games. We're going to start on the first one on the slate, Heat versus Sixers. I'm going with this one. James Harden under 36.5 points, rebounds, assists, PRAs, -110 on DraftKings. Now, it's only right. We come back to the well in Game 6, which could be the Sixers' final game of the season, and we're fading James Harden. He's made us a lot of money fading him in just this series alone. We're coming back to the well. Now, normally you've seen me been taking his under in assists, which has been 9.5. They got a little bit smart. They moved it down to 8.5. I don't blame them for that. So instead of that, we'll just do his PRA line. Now, if you wanted me to pick, in terms of Harden props, if I had to pick, 1, 2, 3, which ones I would fade in that order, I'd fade points, then assists, and then rebounds. So we look at Harden this series. He hasn't necessarily been that great. He's had 24, 47, 31, 33, and 30 PRAs, going under in 4 of 5 games. Obviously, the one game he went over, well, he knocked down 6 of his 10 three-pointers, which if he does that again tonight, then we're probably going to lose. But either way, if we look at his regular season performances versus Miami, yeah, he had 28, 32, and 30 PRAs going under in all 3 games. Now, what I do like, the Heat without Kyle Lowry tonight. And no offense to Kyle Lowry. I really like him. He's a fun player to watch. He did not look healthy those couple games that he was playing, and it showed. He was a liability with both on offense and defense. Now that they can play Oladipo, play Gabe Vincent more, both those two guys are very above average defenders. I like it a little bit more in terms of stopping James Harden. Now, my only concern necessarily for this one is that we see James Harden, we see Doc Rivers say, well, you can't play in the offseason, so he just might run Harden into the ground, but I don't think they want to run Harden 45-ish minutes today. I think he'll be dead tired by the end of the game. I think he'll be firing up bricks if he isn't already firing up bricks. So he's already averaged over 37 minutes per game in this series. And look, he's played 40+ minutes in a couple of the games, and he's still gone under in those ones. So either way, we think about the Heat all season long, allowing very few PRAs to opposing point guards, the 3rd fewest points per game, the fewest rebounds per game, and the 7th fewest assists per game to point guards this season. This is the line. I think 36.5, a little bit too high. I'm going to fade the beard in this Game 6 matchup. I can sleep at night fading him, and I'm going to go with it. James Harden under 36.5 PRAs. Now, sticking in the same game, let's talk about a couple of leans that I did have. Tobias Harris, over 14.5 points. Look, Tobias, he's been pretty bad in 3 games since Embiid returned, but I just have a weird feeling Tobias is scoring 20 points tonight. Now, I can make that declaration since this is just a lean. I'm not going to put any money on it because I don't have any courage to lose money on Tobias Harris. I can't go to sleep at night saying, why did I trust Tobias Harris? And he gives me a 9-piece, but I still think he steps up, plays pretty well today. He had the field goal attempts in Game 5, just didn't knock him down. I think he knocks him down at home. Now, Max Strus, under 11.5 points. Now, I did take that we cashed out on Max Strus in what? Game 3, Game 4, and look, I believe it's a telltale sign when you see guys that crush their over-under in one game and then their line doesn't change at all. Let's think about Dorian Finney-Smith. What do you have, 24 points in Game 4? Yeah, they didn't change his line at all. What did he score, like 6 in Game 5? And then we look at Al Horford. What did he do in Game 4? He scored 30 points. What did they do in Game 5? Didn't really change his line. And I think what he scored 8 points yesterday was a no-show. Now, I think that's the same thing with Strus. He crushed his line, 19 points in Game 5. I think he probably goes under today. He's gone under in the 4 other previous games. So I think Max Strus under 11.5 points. As for a game pick, I honestly could see this game going either way. I do lean the Heat plus the 2.5 points. So just my lean, not going to put on any money on it. I'm going to root for the Sixers because I want to see a Game 7 between these two teams, but I think at the end of the day, Embiid is not healthy, and I think the Heat get it done on the road today. So let's move on to the second game, though. The Suns are traveling to Dallas to take on the Mavericks, and here we're going with the guy, Mikal Bridges. We're taking his under 13.5 points, minus 110 on FanDuel. Now, first, while the Sun stands, Mikal supporters, I love him. I love Mikal. I think he goes by Noodles. That might be one of his nicknames. Don't quote me on that. But I think he's really talented. Problem is, one, he's got a couple guys above him in terms of field goal attempts, and two, he doesn't play well on the road. You'll understand what I mean. Now, Mikal in this series has scored 13, 11, 12, 6, and 14 points, going under in 4 of 5. Now, some of the unders were a little bit sketchy just to buck it off, but that's the NBA playoffs. So these lines are going to be very sharp. If you get a guy that's a no-sweat bet, you should consider yourself lucky, play the lottery. Now, look, the problem with Mikal, not his skill. I think he's very talented. It's the fact that he doesn't perform well on the road. In his career, 17 home playoff games, 16 road playoff games. Here's how he's done in those games. At home, average 14.4 points per game. So hitting this over probably a good amount of times. On the road, 9.9 points per game. Averaging under 10 points per game on the road in 16 career playoff games. Last year in the playoffs, Mikal Bridges under in 10 of 11 road playoff games. This year, Mikal's been a little bit better. He has gone under in only 3 of 5 postseason games, but one of the games he went over, Devin Booker wasn't playing. The other one was Devin Booker's first game back. Both games came against the Pelicans. Now, it's just, obviously, Devin Booker's going to steal a lot of field goal attempts. In the first game, obviously, he was out. That he hit the over. Obviously, there's like 20-ish field goal attempts to go around. Mikal had to step up. And the game Booker came back, he didn't really look 100% healthy. Now, he's played 8 career games in Dallas. This would be Mikal Bridges, that is. Under in 7 of them. The only one he went over, he had 14 points. Once you know, Devin Booker didn't play in that matchup. So I think y'all consider, I think this line should be 12.5 juiced on the under or 11.5 and just regular even value. I think there's a clear edge on this prop. Sorry, Mikal, I love you. We're taking you under 13.5 points. No hard feelings. We still love you on the channel. Now, let's talk about a couple other props. Chris Paul, taking your under 15.5 points. These are just leans, so do whatever you want with them. I want to give you guys kind of my thoughts on a couple other players in case you guys are placing your plays and you're like, oh, I wonder how Austin feels about Chris Paul. I think I'm going as under. This guy's going to be getting clamped up by Reggie Bullock, and he's not shooting the ball. I have a bold prediction here, or declaration, if you will. You can't score if you don't shoot the ball. Ask Ben Simmons that. He doesn't shoot at all. But Chris Paul, look, he hasn't been shooting it. I don't know what's going on. Maybe this is the game he snaps out of it. Booker's been attempting 150 shots per game, and maybe you look at Booker's over. Booker probably goes under as I say that. But Chris Paul, I haven't seen enough out of him. Maybe it's the DeAndre Ayton game. Maybe it's Mikal Bridges. Maybe it's Jay Crowder, who plays much better on the road than he does at home. He's very vice versa of Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges plays good at home, bad on the road. Jay Crowder's bad at home, good on the road. Makes no sense. I like Chris Paul's under if I'm going to take it. Jalen Brunson, I like his under 27.5 points, rebounds, assists. I just don't see him getting a lot of rebounds and assists in general today. Now, he might get some points. I think his line's like 18.5, 19.5, and he has played better at home, but the Suns are a very good team at limiting opposing guards' PRA lines. They'll either throw Mikal Bridges on him since he keeps getting switched off of Luka Doncic, or they're going to put CP3 on him. Just don't see Jalen Brunson getting it done. Maybe he does. Maybe he goes off. He's kind of trying to earn a big payday this offseason, so maybe this is his final game to kind of put that I don't know, nail in the coffin, say I need a big payday. Still like it's under. Now, if I had to do a game pick, Lean the Suns minus the 2 points. Now, I believe it's a solid indicator that we saw in games 3 and 4, Mavs were the favorites in those games. They started off maybe as like a pick'em, -1, +1, whatever. Then they ended up, I believe, as favorites. I think that was a good sign that the books were very confident that the Mavs would pull off the victory. Today, they're not. They're underdogs as 2-point underdogs, and I think that's a pretty good indicator. I think the Suns end it in 6 games here. I love the Mavs. I love Luka. His line's 33.5 points, which if you look at his elimination games, it's pretty low. I think he's at 38 and 46 points in both elimination games, but Suns are a very different beast, and I think we'll see the Suns kind of close this one out here. So that's just my predictions for those 2 game picks. My 2 official plays, we're obviously rolling with Mikal Bridges under 13.5 points and James Harden under 36.5 PRAs. Had a lot more success on the unders than the overs in the postseason. We're going to keep riding with them. Let me know your best bets down below. See you guys on the weekly live stream tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully the echo wasn't a little bit too bad. I'm going to try to work on it today. But I appreciate you guys as always for all the kind words yesterday. Let's get after it. Check out our MLB video posting up on the screen. See you guys in the next one. Peace.